What's poppin'? It's your boy Cassius Cuvée. You see me in Breakout Prop. Just entered some trades, man, thanks to the Profit Circle, and we're getting into it today, man. Today ain't a normal day, man. I just released the music video, Crashing Waves, and we're going to be playing that in a little bit. We're going to do some live trading for sure. You see we got Breakout Prop right here. A couple of trades we've been talking about in the Profit Circle. That's the private group. But first, let's just get it started. I got to say, everything on this channel is not financial advice. Those are referral codes you see at the top there. If you use them, I may receive a small commission, but that goes to support the channel. And I'm going to keep bringing you guys good content and also the trade setups and the Profit Circle and everything like that. But, man, this is a come up, but not the typical Sunday. And that's what we have here today. I got to say shout out to the chat. People first in the chat. Heaven Sent Jen, #1 right there. I got to start giving door prizes for whoever comes first in the video, in the chat after I go live. You know, you go live before you actually go live. I should say you make an announcement and people can start talking in the chat. Also, we got the Q&A. What's your favorite altcoin? All right. I mentioned something about my favorite altcoin in the song, Crashing Waves. But looks we got TTs. Remember, the Profit Circle's going hard. So that's the private group right here. I'm going to show you guys real quick. You see they're going right here. But check this out real quick. I'm the inventor of the Wile E. Coyote trade, or at least I named it. And I'm not the first person to ever do this, obviously, but I'm the first person to name it the Wile E. Coyote trade. And it's so funny because first I made my own Wile E. Coyote, this, right here, to kind of show it. I made my own GIF out of it, basically, the Wile E. Coyote trade. And it's so funny because in the Profit Circle and the GIF here, they have a lot of Wile E. Coyotes. So like we put in the future trade setup, we put our stuff there, our different trade setups we see and stuff like that. But today I went into that's future trades. I'm sorry, the trading strategy, the market analysis, I should say. Market analysis is where we put like our trade setups. We discuss the trades, and you see the Wile E. Coyote gifts are already in there. So I was like, okay, I said I don't know why APT is pumping out of nowhere, but I know how it's going to end. And all I do is search Wile E. Coyote, and so everybody knows, we like to, unfortunately in crypto, there's a lot of P and Ds, and we wait for the P and then we short it on the way back down. And that's what's looking like might be happening right now, actually. The little Sunday Fun Day pump. We know that weekend pump, which I predicted because of the fact that the NASDAQ closed, at all-time high, another all-time high in the NASDAQ. Oops. This was the pre-market here, this blue line. And, you can see the all-time high was about right here. And basically, it shot up and stayed up for pretty much all day. Let me go to the 10-minute. Pretty much all day on. This is all day on Friday. It opened way high. It was creeping higher and higher and higher. But what happened? We had the CPI news. But somehow, some way, Bitcoin, this is the wick for the CPI news. It popped up here, and then it tanked. And I was like, and then it just continued to tank. And not just Bitcoin, of course, all of crypto, right? So as we go down the list here, you see these wicks all over the place. I'll go to Ethereum real quick. Ethereum, same deal. They all had it, right? This wick, and then they came back down again. And I'm like, look, you guys, if the NASDAQ closes strong and holds up like that, like crypto's probably going to pump on the weekend, especially because the degens love to pump it on the weekend. And, we kind of had the sideways chop. I got out too early. I was in a Bitcoin long right here, a nice one too. Pretty big position for me. I was in Breakout probably with like 110,000 of buying power. And, man, I got in like here, like on this second dip. And I got out early when I started seeing this coming down. And boy, I should have stayed in it because this one, that would have been a big win right there. And congratulations to someone in the Private Circle who was still in there. We got a lot of people. I want to give a lot of credit to the private group because, you guys are keeping it lit right now. So everybody in the private group, I got there's like a level system. There's levels to the shit. There's levels in there that show how active folks are. So I'm gonna show you guys this because I appreciate everybody who's been active in there. And we keep it civil. You know what I mean? It's not a shit show in there. It's traders only. Okay, traders only in there. We don't talk all the other stuff that people be talking about on all the nonsense on Twitter. You share a joke or two, but for the most part, it's mostly trade setups. Like if we go through this, you see this is alpha. You know what I mean? Real time. And we're in there 7 days a week. So there's a level tracker, and the level tracker shows the people who basically are the most active. And so I want to definitely highlight those folks there because you see they keep leveling up. So obviously I probably got the most in there because I'm posting a lot. But we got Blueberry right at the top. Guy's a professional trader, been doing it for the longest, many, many years. He's got great setups. We got some other new folks in there. King Jackpot is very active. We had someone, I got to give a shout out to the contest winner. there's a guy in there by the name of Legal Money. So shout out Legal Money. He was waiting to get his evaluation. He finally got it on Breakout Prop last week. And I swear to God, as soon as he got it, he passed the evaluation. He's like, I said, did you get the evaluation? He said, I got it and I passed it. He got it and he passed it. So, shout out to Legal Money. I was like, man, that was fast, So he got the free evaluation that he won with the Breakout Prop contest. If you use the Cassius Cuvée referral code GGRF7W to purchase an evaluation, you save money. It's a discount code. It's not just a referral code. So you save money every time you want to purchase any evaluation by using my Breakout Prop discount code. Like I said earlier, I get a small commission, so I appreciate that. But basically, save a little money, and then, now you got the evaluation for Breakout Prop. And he got his free one because he won the contest. And, it was an hour later, and he passed it. I think it was on this pump here. What day was that? It must have been this pump here during the week. Yeah, that was this week. And, boy, he caught that so quick, he's like, passed it. And we were all like, damn, this is in the general chat. So, also, too, the general chat, anybody can join. The link is in the description of this video. Definitely join that. But I got to give a shout out to Blockchain Cowboy as well. He's very active in the group. Everybody else in there, Rush, we got some new folks in there, Rush Go X, and let me see, we go through the list here. I got a lot of people I'm looking at. Let me see the list here. And the thing is, you guys, what it is it's a trading community. So just to be clear, this is not a signals group. We don't actually, it's not like a buy now, sell now. It ain't that, man. Those are usually scams, to be honest with you. What this is this is the ticker I'm looking at. And that's why we have what's called like the Future Trades channel. It doesn't mean enter right here. We might say I'm entering right here, me or Blueberry or someone. We got other folks. I'm telling you, we got a lot of people in there. So we might say that in the market analysis channel here, what we're looking at. Some of this stuff here, King Jackpot. If we got, you got a lot in here. Blueberry. This is a Sunday, you guys. You know what I'm saying? We're in here 7 days a week. You feel me? Oh, Phantom. He's been doing a good job here as well. Phantom, shout out him. And basically, we're just talking about trades we're seeing, setups, what we're thinking. I'll sometimes call out warnings and stuff like that. Like I got this abnormal funding rate for Pippin because we were trading Pippin. And then also we had some great plays. Here's the wins category. A couple people posting wins. This is today. You know what I'm saying? Just today alone. We're posting wins in here. And so and then you just go back. So basically, we've been very active in the Profit Circle, and I want to give a shout out to everybody who's been active, because I'm working on some stuff right now, some big shit that everybody in the group is going to be able to benefit from. So I appreciate you guys staying active in there, because I might be a little bit slower than I have in the past, even though I'm still hooked on it. But anyways, that's where you go to get the alpha 7 days a week. It's better than Twitter. All right. So I definitely had to call that out right at the beginning. So who else we got in the chat? We got Heavenson Jim, we got Cervanto, and what's going on, man? We got Kalichi in the house, and we got Spoiler Trades. He says, what is the best trading strategy? Well, for me, the best trading strategy is the one I came up with, right? And you should all come up with your own as well. But it's been working pretty good. Some other folks have tried it. I call it the 1 hour, 10-minute strategy. It's a scalping strategy. And the ultimate goal is to protect your downside. I always say in crypto, if you don't lose, you'll win. And that kind of brings me to what I want to show you guys today while we let everybody else get in here, is my music video, Crashing Waves. And the reason why this song is important, I know not everybody likes rap or whatever the case may be, but the lyrics on this, they're not just great rhyming schemes. I'm talking about what this whole cycle has been about. And when I made the song Imaginary Traders, it was kind of like, okay, I see what the hell we're doing. What's going up in here? I ain't want to duck in fear. You want to trade memes? Fine. Hold my fucking beer. You know what I mean? And that was over a year ago now, and all the predictions I made came true. Crashing Waves is basically the mirror image, the other side of the bookend of that, where, this is where we are now. You know what I mean? The memes killed all utility tokens, and everybody's been in here since last cycle, and we're bag holding all of our coins because we thought Web 3.0 was going to change the world, and we were getting in like it was, tech in the 90s, and, we're going to ride this baby to forever, and we all got wrecked, and me included. And I always talk about crypto break your heart, so that's fine. That's fine. It is what it is. We're all traders, and I'm going to go on a little bit more detail about that in the future as well, because my whole everything, the reason I'm even doing this is not just to teach you how to make a little bit of money, it's to try to protect people from getting wrecked. Because crypto is not the same as other things, man. You will get wrecked, and a lot of people did on meme coins and stuff. I literally was going on a walk in my neighborhood. I ran into a guy, he's carrying a baby and his kid and walking a dog and shit, and he's like, yeah, I lost my whole retirement, doing Solana meme coins and shit, and pump fun and shit. I'm like, God damn, bro, it's like 6 figures. And, all I can do is try to get the word out there, because not everybody is as experienced as I am, and maybe they haven't lost as much money as I have, but they also, I'm trying to make sure that you guys don't get wrecked. You got to know what this game is. You got to know what game you're getting into, man. Finance is no joke, man. It's like the street game, okay? You know what I'm saying? I got to watch what I say on here, but, you get the D game where it's like, know what you're getting into. Because all these people trying to defend money launderers and shit. I'm like, look, man, he knew what game he was getting into. Just like you knew if you was doing something out on the street. You know what I'm saying? You knew damn well what game you was getting into. So don't, you know, come over here on CZ. Isn't that what? CZ ain't your partner. He's on the corner doing something. He's your competitor, bro. He's just the bigger dog on the block. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you can kiss ass if you want to. That's up to you. But for me, I'm just like, look, just know what it is. That's what you're getting into. These kind of crazy dumps happen. Manipulation happens. All these things that are going to get you wrecked, pump and dumps happen. Know that and have a plan for it. Don't drink opium and get wrecked. I mean, that's my whole thing. So I definitely am going to get into the song Crashing Waves because it's about heartbreak, but it's also about turning lemons into lemonade because I shorted the hell out of some of these. And I'm going to show you guys what I mean by that. But first, we're going to get into the music video one time. For anybody who hasn't seen it, I just dropped it this morning. It's called Crashing Waves by your boy Cassius Cuvée. It's on my YouTube channel, so let's check it out one time.
I've been riding my own way. It is what it is. Just sitting here looking at wave makers. Cassius Cuvée.
It's the come up, but not a typical Sunday. The dream feel real when the wheels hit the runway. I'm way too chill, high conviction, I don't blink. I told you I would have a beach chair and a cold drink, but don't think knowing the future is wishing for it. I got a position for it, damn right I'm a giga shorted. All anyone can do is play the hand that they dealt you. You don't wanna hear the truth? Well, man, I can't help you. First we chased hot themes, all season we got dreams, but you scrutinize legitimate projects and bought memes. Okay, after pumping the price of a top scheme, it melted like ice cream. Now I shorten my live stream. I never did believe him, guess you could call me a heathen. The reason I'm spitting salt is cause they choked out alt season. So fuck your favorite meme, three-fisted. I'ma short that stupid piece of shit until it's delisted. I told the profit circle, I'ma get my friends paid since memes killed everything. This is a revenge trade. Ain't nobody innocent. Finish it, I'm winning it. I'm talking about gains of over 5,000% and shit. These can ease the cope when I'm floating in the ocean soaking. Lost all hope and I'm shorting my favorite token. It may drown, I chose to get paid on the way down. I ain't playing around, I'm rolling and crash like the wave sound. Now I'm chilling on a nude beach, sipping something too sweet. Looking for a hottie, nice body and some cute feet. Instead of being on Twitter criticizing leaders, I'd rather be on an island digmatizing divas. Man, I'm gone.
This song is a mirrored bookend on the other side of imaginary traits.
You know, and that's the song Crashing Waves right there, man. That's the realest song crypto ever had. All right? And I would know. Okay? Keeping it real. Real quick, I got to say shout out to the people who made that shirt for me. Right there, my Bitcoin shirt, a custom shirt for me. Right here, In and Out Crypto. Save that for the perfect timing. Oh, is it backwards for y'all? I don't know if it's backwards. In and Out Crypto. Got your boy Cassius Cuvée. They got my name on the shirt. Cuvée, you see it right there? That was pretty dope of them, man. So I appreciate y'all. It was perfect for the Hawaii video shoot. You feel me? Say something in the chat if y'all feeling that one right there. And check this out, by the way. Just so you know, I'm not exaggerating when I'm talking about gains of over 5,000% and shit. You know what I mean? I really was shorting this stuff since the top. 5,000% and shit. Lost all hope and I'm shorting my favorite token. So what was your favorite token? Let's hear it. Let's hear it in the chat. If you got a favorite token, let a player know what it is. What's going on here? All right, so let me see here. What we're gonna do today, we're gonna do some live trading. We got Femex, we got Breakout prop. So right before the show started, I jumped in these shorts on Breakout prop. In the profit circle, we were looking at, I'm looking at a lot of tickers in the profit circle. What's up with the chat, man? We got something frozen on the screen here, something? Let me see here. What's going on here? Trying to figure out what's going on here. It looks like something might be frozen on the screen here. I got more likes and I got people in the video. I don't know if the chat is just frozen or what, but anyways, I'm going to just keep pushing forward. This is Breakout Prop, okay? Now, if you don't know what Breakout Prop is where you can get $100,000 to trade with of someone else's money. And so a lot of us are real popular, like it a lot because of the fact that you don't have to guess what your risk will be going into. You know exactly what it is. It's the cost of the evaluation. And as a matter of fact, you've already paid for it. So, you go in here. If you get $9.99, you get a $100,000 bankroll. You can use my discount code GGRF7W, and you save a couple percent on the checkout there. But basically, I've already worked this account up to $125,000. I'm keeping it like that because that's a good little thing to show. But I'm trading multiple tickers right here. This one's a little more of a gamble play. Virtual has been the hottest ticker. Ethereum's been pretty weak. And so we were talking about this in the profit circle, like, okay, was this the Sunday pump before the Monday dump? And, will it happen today? Sometimes, though, like the Sunday pump isn't over yet. Sometimes the Sunday pump happens, and then basically you get another pump, like at 5 p.m. my time is when the CME gap, not the CME opens at 3, but when the crypto week starts. So the new crypto week starts on a Monday, not Sunday. And so sometime maybe this ain't the top. So always have stop losses because Breakout Prop, the way it works is if you lose 6,000 or 6% a day or 4% in a day, it's negative 6,000 or minus 4% a day. This is on the $100,000 one-step account. Then you get breached and you got to start over again. Your goal is to make 10,000 before you lose 6,000, basically. And you can take as much time as you want to do that. There's no pressure, which is very important. So anyways, when you pass the evaluation, after that, everything that everything you bank, you can go to withdraw it, and they will take 20% unless you check a box at the beginning, in which case they'll only take 10%. So you definitely want to make sure you check that box. For me, at least, that's my opinion. All right, let me ask the group real quick. Let me see something here because it looks like something might be frozen on the live stream. All right. So I promised live trades. That's what I did. We jumped in this live here, right? This is the 1 minute chart. I put my Breakout Prop on 1 minute. And what I do is, let me just refresh this page real quick here. The actual YouTube page. All right. Let's see here. All right. Well, I don't know. So, all right. So here's the thing. I keep this on the 1 minute, but then what I'm really doing is I have two screens like this open. It's not the best view of it for me showing you guys, but right here behind it, I've got, on my screen, it's bigger. I've got the chart here on TradingView. So this is Bitcoin, right? So whenever I do my TA, I'm looking at Bitcoin first to kind of get the general trend. And then I've got a list of tickers that I think are relatively bullish or relatively bearish. That's also in the profit circle. I want to show that because that is, I keep updating it. It's like what's been recently bullish or bearish too, because we're trading every day, 7 days a week. We're doing day trade, scalping, all that kind of stuff. So, I'm putting them in here as they go up here. Flocky, for example, has been bearish. I put that in here this morning. And then we've got some other ones. XRP was bullish the other day, Friday, I think it was. So, for example, let's take a look at Flocky real quick. All right, we look at Flocky. Look at it on here. It didn't catch the big pump. You see, I guess you could say it got somewhat of a pump because it was already below. This blue line is the CME gap. So this is where it started on 3 o'clock Friday. So this is where the weekend started. So it's like, I like this line, even if you're not a trader, even if you're not a person who trades the gap, just because I like to have it in here. So you find it here. It's on let me say where you find it here. You go up here in indicators and you just type in CME gap. Favorites, come on. And basically, it gives me a nice, like a ruler, like a line that says, okay, this weekend, who was outperforming and who was underperforming? Let me see. Yeah, Bitcoin CME gaps is this one right here. Okay, it's one of my favorites, right? So it's just telling me that relative to the weekend price action, Flocky has been bearish, right? So if you're like, okay, I have an overall bearish bias, meaning in this case, I think Bitcoin found a top here this morning at 7 in the morning or whatever that was. Do I want to short Bitcoin? Not really. Me personally, I don't like shorting Bitcoin. It's been like the strongest ticker all season, all cycle. So I'm going to look for one of these more bearish tickers. AVAX has been bearish. HBAR's been bearish, like as of recent, as of last week. Peanut and APT is bearish, but it looks like it's overperforming, which is why I called out that Wile E. Coyote possibility. Atom has been bearish. You can see it was bearish all weekend. It pumped up, but it's like not showing me a lot of strength. And then there's Flocky, which has been almost sideways. So that's how, you know, Ton and Ethan. By the way, I'm in all of these shorts right now. But basically, that's how I'm determining if I want to, like, what ticker to trade long or short. Now, Breakout Prop, in Breakout Prop, they have 2x leverage built in on all altcoins and 5x built in on Bitcoin and Ethereum. I just released this week a really good video. This is actually important too. This week, let me go back to YouTube real quick, because on my YouTube, I released a great video that shows how the 5x leverage works. This is actually really important. I wish I had known this at the beginning, to be honest with you. This one here, the thumbnail is not a lie to me. The most important Breakout Prop video yet. This one, because it breaks down, like, I actually show the difference between like FIMX and Breakout Prop, like a leverage trading platform, and it shows how the 5x leverage, like it doesn't manipulate, but on Breakout Prop, you don't get to see the position size. You see your margin. So let's just be clear for 1 second. So like, let me go to FIMX. On FIMX, the margin is the margin, not just on FIMX, anywhere. The margin is how much money you're putting up, right? Because it's leverage trading. So we were trading Giggle. We won that trade. Thank you to Blueberry for that one. He called that one out in the profit circle. Blueberry had Giggle had a big pump, and Blueberry's calling out. He was just watching it. He didn't tell you when to enter or nothing like that. It's a short squeeze. You got to be careful. You more need a bankroll management strategy when you're trying to trade those. But anyways, here is, so it's at 10x leverage, right? So if we just did, let's call it $100, you see here that it is, the cost is $10, right? The cost is $10. But if you were going to do the same thing, in fact, let me just change it to Ethereum real quick, because I called this out in the video. This is actually really important. This shows you how Breakout Prop works. So never have it on cross. Just put it on isolation, even if you're not about to trade. Just, you don't want to make any mistakes. So here we go. If we did $100, you could see that it's, I don't know, their cost is about $8 for 10x leverage. I don't know, it's $8.20. I'm not sure why it's not $10 exactly, but whatever the case may be, it's smaller, right? Obviously, it's 10 times as big. This is your position size, and this is your margin size, okay? Your margin is your money. Position is how big of a position it is. And this is important because you pay the actual fees on the position size. So you got 100x, you know, you would be, you know, like if I could increase this to 100x, let's see what happens if they even let me do it. Yeah, so my position size is 100, but I only got 91 cents on it, right? So I'm not paying fees on 91 cents. I'm still paying on $100. So that matters because, let me just put this back down before I accidentally do something. That matters because on Breakout Prop, over here on Breakout Prop, you don't get to see the difference on Breakout Prop. It just looks like to us that the margin size over here, right? So it says right here, it says your used margin is you know, using $1,900 or $1,600, but really for Ethereum, it's 5 times that size for the actual position of my Ethereum position, and for virtuals, it's 2x. So for Bitcoin, Ethereum is 5x, and for everything else is 2x. That matters because you don't see what's happening until you see how fast your P&L is moving. And the way you can test that is you're going to go here, you go to protection orders, and you'll type in your stop loss and take profit, and then you'll see what the actual amount of money would be. Like if you went to actual projected profit, and then whatever was that price, you could go and put it into FIMX and see the difference. That's what I lay out on this video here on YouTube. I give a great example of it. Right, come on, YouTube. Right here. That's why you want to watch this video. This has got to be the most important video you're going to see about Breakout Prop, because that's going to explain to you how that works. And everybody who's new, this is one of the things I think they mess up on, is because you go ahead and you trade some big position and you don't realize how big it really is, and then you might get breached hella fast. Now, there's another strategy. So, okay, so spoiler trades. I hope you can hear me because I'm not getting no action in the chat. I know there must be some kind of a glitch. But basically, he said he's asking me, if it's a he, they're asking me what is the best strategy. Well, there's more than one strategy, and I did want to talk about this too, because on Breakout Prop, I want to make a longer form video of this, but on Breakout Prop, for example, let's say you have $10,000, okay? You don't have to take it slow if you don't want to. I don't recommend going full boat, but if you want to get paid fast, let's say, look, man, I'm trying to make this money fast. If you got $10,000, that's like saying you could buy 10 $100,000 accounts at $999 each, right? Okay, Kalichi, to each his own, right? But so check out this one, Kalichi, right? So for people who want a YOLO, people who do want to do the YOLO strategy, who do want to make money, yeah, exactly, in the Discord. Okay, so if they do want to make some money, right? What you can do is you could say, look, I'm going to buy an account for $1,000, and I'm going to get a Bitcoin position that is I could use the whole 100,000. That would be $500,000 position, right? But basically, you could set your stop loss. You wouldn't even need a stop loss. We know that it's minus 4% in one day is a breach. So you could say, okay, I can't lose more than $4,000, but I got to win 10,000 before I lose 4,000. That could be just like one trade setup. If you lose, you buy another evaluation. You can do that. If you win on that one trade, because it's about 2.5 to 1, risk to reward. That's not, that's not a bad trade setup. Like a lot of people really will trade on 2 to 1 or 3 to 1 or 2.5 to 1. So you could do that, and you would just, you kind of just like you just rolling the dice. So because what happens is if you hit that 10,000 like all in one trade, like Illegal Money hit his trade, he when he got his new eval, he went full. But I don't know how much money he put on it, but I'm assuming he went big because he won it all in one trade in less than an hour, and he was like, pass the eval. And I'm like assuming he put in the whole amount. And what happened is when he passed it, let's say it was 10,000, but you make your 10,000. Now you pass the eval. It takes like a few minutes. They send you an email or whatever. And now you've got your funded account. You could do the same thing again. But you got to know that you're going to get breached if he goes against you, and you got to start all the way over again. So my strategy is this, and I'm going to make a more detailed. I made a short version of this on YouTube. My strategy is this. If you want to do the YOLO strategy, you have to win twice before you lose. The first time you got to win your 10,000, but the second time, just collect your profit after you make $1,000. All right, just do a smaller one. So now when you bank that, you've got your re-up money to start over again. That's banked. So now if you get breached on the third trade, you didn't lose anything because you got that 1,000 and you're ready to jump back in again and start the process over again. In which case, if you win, dang, now you hitting. Now you just made $10,000 in 3 trades. You get what I'm saying? Like, so like take home money, you know what I mean? Or I guess they'll take their percentage out. They'll take their 10% out. But like, that's how you make money fast if you really want to do that. But that depends on your personal breakout like your personal, portfolio, like your personal trading money. So, and maybe you don't want to put all 10,000 on your leverage exchange or, take it all out of your bank account or whatever the case may be. But you got to know bankroll management for your personal liquid cash. And that's what I'm trying to get at, is that everybody's personal liquid cash is different when it comes to trading. You know what I mean? And so like I highly recommend not leaving it all on the exchange either, which is another good reason why Breakout Prop is cool, because it's not your money on there. If something would happen, it's just an eval. But that's how it works. I'm gonna make a more detailed video so I can like show the math on that. But basically I call it like the 2-tiered strategy. I have a name for it. But breakout or bust is what I'm calling it, where you're treating each evaluation as if it's its own trade setup. The only catch is you gotta win twice to make sure you don't lose. But hell, you're a good trader, and you're like, nah, this is the setup I want. You're over here like, look. You're like, look, I got this Ethereum trade. Let's say I got 10 grand in the bank. I wanna go in here. I'm gonna put it all on here, full boat. I'm gonna put, $100,000 position, which would be $500,000 with Ethereum. Ethereum only gotta move 2% in order for you to hit that 10,000. 2%. Here, let's see. I mean, what's 2% from right here on Ethereum? 2% is just here. You know what I mean? Do you think this is going to happen on Ethereum Day? I honestly do. I'm literally in this trade right now, right here on Breakout Prop. You know what I mean? I'm in this trade. I think it's going to hit 10. I do. That's this morning. So that would be all you needed to hit in order to pass the evaluation. If right now you went full boat, 100,000, you know what I mean? Now, but to lose, you only can lose a little bit up here. That's why I wanted the video. I'll have the exact numbers, you know what I mean? In my example, it takes me a little bit longer when you want to do that. But basically, the point is, you can only lose a 2-to-1 ratio. Let's see. So that you can only lose about, where's the thing? Only about like somewhere about like here. Let's do the. My bad. We should just do this in the beginning. This one. Short position. Here we go. Like you did like this, right? This is really what I'm trying to show you. This was here. It was 2.5 to 1 ratio. Is like, hey, here it is. It's about here. Whatever, something like that. Probably a little bit less. A little bit more. Right there. There it is. It's something like that. It's roughly that. That's a reasonable trade. You know what I'm saying? That's not a crazy trade. If I really wanted to, I said, F it. I'm going to go big. Right? I'm on Ethereum. Breakout Prop. Let's do it on this one so you can see both. I'm gonna go bid. Let me put Ethereum on this side real quick. I like to have two windows open. Usually I have like Bitcoin or something other ticker over here to kind of see, but I'm gonna put virtuals back over here. So like if I want to go big, I could just say, okay, well, F it then. I'm gonna go, you know, how many Ethereum? I'm gonna go 20 Ethereum instead. It's 16,000. 50 Ethereum is what? 40,000 bucks. Boom. You guys ready? Should I do it? Let's do it. Why not? Why not? So that's this one here. I got, I don't have a stop loss on it yet. I better put a stop loss on it. So that would be this here. Stop loss. We're going to make it 4,100. We'll call it. Oops. So if it hits 4,100, I would lose 1,500 bucks. Okay. But if it hit right down here, we'll call it, let's say, and I'll do it on, I'll fix it on here also, actually. Entry pro, stop loss, we'll call it 4,100. And then, let's see, take profit. Well, first, let me fix my entry real quick. What was my exact entry? My exact entry was 4071. I was almost did right. Okay. So then I said the 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio would be, I gotta get to here. It's not inconceivable. So then that would be, we'll take profit. Check, looks like it's about at 4,000. We'll just call it 4,000. Call it 4,000. All right. So let's say take profits at 4,000. That's 3,450 bucks. And this wasn't even the whole boat, right? This is $40,000 worth of my margin used. $40,000 worth of margin used here. So like, let's see. I'll you know what? I'll leave this one open for the trade. I got some wiggle room on this account here. Luckily, I'm up 25K. I don't even personally go this big, but you know what? Maybe I will. Maybe I'll start going bigger. You know what I mean? Like, let's see if we can hit this one. So let me come over here. You can lock this by right-clicking on it, and then you just click lock, so that way you can grab the screen and won't mess it up. And then we're gonna let this ride for the actual show here. All right. So we got this $40,000. I really got 42,000 because I already had a couple thousand on there. But we got a $42,000 Ethereum short. That's not an unreasonable trade, that 2.5 to 1-ish. And so, you know, the people who want to go full boat, the YOLO strategy on, they want to use their whole bankroll, or in this case, I'm only using 40% of it, but like you want to just go for it and try to make that money quick. Okay. If I lose this one, what I said I lose 1,500 bucks. You know, I can only lose 4,000 in a day. So 1,500 bucks, you know, twice, 3 times, whatever. You can lose 3 of those, we'll call it. Or no, you can't lose 3. 2 of them would be 3,000. Can't lose 3. It would be better to do the math of the sizing position so that it's under $4,000 if you were going to do more than one. Or if you did the whole entire thing, you would just increase your position so that it was equal exactly to 4,000. Or in that case, if you didn't care, you would just let it breach. You wouldn't even have to set a stop loss. But the point is, if it hits, you know what I'm saying, you just made a heck of money. So that's the YOLO strategy. If you're like, look, I'm sick of waiting, batting these singles, just do it based upon the position size of, you got to know how much money you have in the bank. Like, how many of these evals am I going to buy? And I guess the question is, do you think you can hit 3 trades in a row, really just 2 to break even? Do you think you can hit 2 of these YOLO trades in a row because you're good enough at TA and stuff over here? If you can hit 2 in a row, the first one passes the eval, the next one's 10 times smaller, just bank the 1,000 so that way you have reload money. If you think you can hit those 2, after that, it's like a free roll. You know what I'm saying? It's just a free roll. I'm going for it. If I hit my 3rd trade in a row, if I'm that good at setups, anything green is profit and in the thousands. You know what I'm saying? You could do it literally all in one day. There's no like time limit on length of time, long or short, with Breakout Prop. That's what's cool. I've never seen them like change the rules of the passing the eval or anything like that. So that's hella cool. That's basically the YOLO strategy. I definitely want to show you guys that today. I'm gonna make a video that's a little more like concise for it. So if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you do that. Also, you can like the video, share it, and all that other stuff. Appreciate that. Let's get in the chat. What is your favorite altcoin, though? I did have that question there. And I had the super chat here, too, if you guys appreciate any tips in the super chat. But, you know, I said I was going to trade whatever coin of your choice if I get to 5 super chats. So whatever whatever coin you want me to trade, I'll do it, and I'll do it my own scalping strategy as well. And then I'll either I pick the coin, you pick the direction, or you pick the coin and I pick the direction, and then I'll do my scalping strategy live if I get the 5 super chats. If not, we're gonna be making this money on our own. All right, here we go. I'm up 99. I'm up 119 bucks in this e-short already. Doing all right. Let's see what else. There's something else I want to talk about today. Just in general, man, this crypto market is something else, man. You know, a lot of people have a lot of cognitive dissonance on crypto Twitter. I'm a realist, and I think the people who follow me know that by now, man. Market trades in both directions. You feel me? All right, so we got a couple questions here. Cash, I have a question. I already have a FIMX account, but want to join FIMX section in your Discord. Yes, so that's a great question. So if you do already have a FIMX account, then what you have to do is create a FIMX account using my FIMX code GMMNX5. But it's free to do that and the reason why is because the reason I pulled this up here is because there's a bot in the Discord that verifies that you used my FIMX account. And the reason why I'm doing that is because the Profit Circle is not actually free. It's $99 a month, but I'm giving everybody a chance to experience it for free. All I ask is that you trade on FIMX with my referral code. So it doesn't cost you any extra money. So like the $99 you're going to give me, I'd rather have you put that in your trading account and trade. If you're making money, then you're going to want to stay in the group. So that's how I look at it. It's a win-win for everybody. So basically right now you get 1 year for free, but actually this is the last month I'm doing that. After that, it's going to be 1 month for free. So if you do it right now, I would go in and just create a FIMX account real quick with my referral code. And then you come over here to verify. So on the verify channel, you click this purple button right here, blue button, whatever color you want to call it, and you'll put in your user ID number from the account that you used to create with my code, and you hit submit, and Discord bot will automatically verify it. Then all you have to do is go to get a free trial, and then once you're in here, you'll click the WAP, and then it says 365 days for free, and then you get all the other channels. So that's where we get the market analysis. You get you get the future trade. So we see the trade setups that people are dropping in here, like just the best traders. Not everyone even has access to this. We don't really chat much in the future trades, but what we'll do is we'll chat in the market analysis channel about the future trades. In the general chat, we don't really say what tickers, because the general chat is open to anybody, so anybody can go in there and just read the general chat, but so can like bots and scammers or whomever else. So that's why the general chat is just kind of general information, or sometimes I'll put some market analysis in there, but a lot of times we're like, okay, we'll check it out. So for example, Blueberry right here, right? Great guy. He says a Sunday setup. So he says the setup, but he doesn't tell you what coin it is. So you would have to be a verified wave maker. Once you get verified, you're a wave maker, and then you get access to the future trades channel over here, so you get to see what he was talking about. And here you go, he puts the ticker right here. So he's a G. The guy has been on his job, man, 7 days a week. He's like, I'm gonna take a break this weekend, and then but yet he's still posting setups on Saturdays and Sundays. So shout out to Blueberry, man. That guy is a lifetime member for sure. And that's the other thing I'm gonna do too. The top 5 people on the level, the most active people, at the end of next month, I'm going to give them a free lifetime subscription to the Profit Circle. The contributors, the people who've been contributing the most, you guys are set for life. So you good. You're always good in my book. And, anybody else too, anybody over that, I'll make sure I give them a free membership too, man. Anybody's just a real supporter, I'm always going to support them back. All right, so let me see here. Let's see here. So Aero, okay, so Kalichi, AERO. Now, is that one in Breakout Prop? I was curious about that. Let me see. It's not. Okay, I'll pull it up. I was going to trade in Breakout Prop, Kalichi. I was going to trade in Breakout Prop. All right, I'm glad you like that one, man. And I see your support on Twitter as well, so I appreciate that as well. Thank you for that. And by the way, you guys, Twitter buries all my shit. So if you don't mind, I try not to post too much bullshit. You can turn on the notification bell, and then you'll see more of the stuff that I post on Twitter. All right, so let's see here. AERO is not in Breakout Prop, unfortunately. So we can look at it on here, but I was going to trade in Breakout Prop. You got another ticker for me, Kalichi? Something else? I wish it was on here. Look, I'm in Breakout Prop right here. I typed it in. Come on, Breakout Prop. So many screens. See, there's no symbol found, unfortunately. Now, Breakout Prop, you can see what tickers are on Breakout Prop. This is their website. Go up here, learn. Let's see, FAQs. One of these, I used to have it saved. One of these drop downs will tell us where, what tickers. Let's go to FAQs. I used to have here it is, symbols right here. I'm sorry, I have a shortcut. Forgot. So these are the symbols. It's just breakoutprop.com/symbols, actually, is all it is. And then it'll tell you what tickers they have on Breakout Prop. There's a lot. I mean, there is a lot. Whole lot. It goes on pretty far. You know, there's enough to make money. I mean, here's the God's honest truth, man. In crypto, most of this stuff moves in unison. I mean, it does. Most of it moves the same thing, right? So if you got a ticker it's just a matter of how much more bearish or bullish that ticker particularly is. I promise you, if Bitcoin tanks, nothing else is going to the moon. That's just how it is, you know? ENA. Is ENA in here? I'm not sure if ENA is either. Let's see. We're gonna have to use Fimex then, because these are not on the Breakout Prop. All right. Well, let's just see. Maybe a short. Yeah, definitely a short. I don't want to go long nothing. I could be wrong, but I'm used. You guys see I just entered a $40,000 short on Ethereum, so I definitely am rooting for shorts right now. Right, that's my Ethereum short right here. So let's see if that hits, because otherwise I lose a nice little chunk there. So we're gonna go for that. My other stop loss was higher. Oh, you can't see them, bro. My other stop loss was higher. On my little one, I had a smaller stop loss. I had myself a little more wiggle room, but I'm not doing that when I got a $40,000 position. You got to be right. Let's see. Wait. Oh, I had some. Oh, okay. But I just want to say, too, man, the lyrics of this song, Crashing Waves, they're really on point, man. It's like, I want to say this because it says, just because I know the future don't mean that I'm wishing for it. I got a position for it. Damn right, I'm a giga short it. You know, I had to giga short it because I'm not about to sit up here and watch the whole entire market tank while I do nothing. And that's what I knew was going to happen after the pump in November and December. And, you know, some of these coins, I mean, god damn, they're never coming back. You know what I'm saying? Never, ever, ever. And it's like, it's a shame because we never got a real altcoin season because of these dumbass tickers. And so, if you want to look at ENA, see what that's done the past month. This is the monthly chart ENA. You know what I'm saying? Monthly chart. I don't even know where, like, this started way up here, came way down here, extremely volatile ticker. Let me go to weekly. You know, this would be coming out. This is a perpetuals contract, so it probably was older, but, you know, came down here, bottom 24. This is the election, and it's just been downhill. It could not break back up here. So this is the first way I can tell if a ticker is relatively bullish or bearish. Did it go back up to its high here? Because here's the thing about Total 3. Oh, and I want to call this out. I got to call this out. Total 3. Total 3 is every ticker except Bitcoin and Ethereum and stablecoins. And the thing about it is, I don't understand how the hell it ran up this high when so many tickers are not this high or higher. Only Bitcoin was the first one to like breach its all-time high, plus like some tiny little shitcoin or something. So I'm like, I really don't know how they calculate Total 3. And the reason why I want to call this out is because I see a lot of people doing TA on tickers that are not real tickers. And it's just wrong. I don't know what else to tell you. There's certain things about technical analysis that certain people who are addicted to TA think that any chart you see, I can draw lines on it, and that's TA. It's just not true. The tickers that are ratios like Bitcoin dominance and this and that, they draw these lines. It's just not true. And I don't really want to call some of these people charlatans or whatever. Maybe they believe their own bullshit. But like the reason we have TA, support and resistance, is because of buyers and sellers. They're like, they hit certain points that that's where a lot of volume happens. You could just do randomly TA on any chart anytime. There's no real like reason why there would be support and resistance, because people are not trading Bitcoin against Ethereum, for example. Bitcoin against total alts, for example. They're not doing that. So that's why like price is what matters, not these weird ratios. Okay? It's just not a fact. So I don't really know what to tell you other than I wouldn't trust that shit. You do TA on a ticker that can be purchased or sold. Same with a leverage ETF too. Same deal. You can't do that because it's leveraged. It's going to decay over time. So you can't do TA on it over any sort of long period of time more than day trading, because it's not going to follow the underlying spot asset. So anyways, my question is, what the hell is Total 3 actually made of? And that's the thing in in crypto. You need to get to the point where you're willing to ask yourself the hard truth, like the things that you used to take for granted. Is this shit real or not? Because that's why I was at the top of my X account. It says cure the crypto hopium addiction, because I believe shit that I really believe that this was the new internet. Web3 was going to take over, and we were getting in early, and this and that, and all that shit turned out to be fake. You know what I mean? It's just bullshit. This cycle turned the whole entire thing into just a casino. Okay, fine. I'm going to go back to trading then. You know, you were one step removed from TradFi, except more scammy somehow. That's somehow possible. like traditional finance is way bigger scam in like the big sense, you know. But like as far as just like little middleman scams or whatever, like crypto is the worst. You know, it's like they're too big of psychopaths even for Wall Street, so they got to come to crypto. And it's global and deregulated and all that stuff. So, you know, I'm just saying that so you know what game you're getting into. You need to know the real if you're going to be trading because your money's on the line. And people want to do shits and giggles on Twitter, but it's like they don't like money. I do. Me personally, I'm not trying to lose money. So I need to be real about this shit. So I'm asking the question, seriously, if anybody knows, how the hell is Total 3 actually calculated? I mean, I took this ticker for granted for probably a couple of years. Maybe longer than that. I really started looking at it just to give you a general idea of where the overall crypto market is. But I'm looking at this and I'm like, I don't see how this is possible, right? Like these things came all the way back up to here. But if this doesn't have Ethereum in it, this is just all the rest of the shit coins. How the fuck is it this high? Honestly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? I'm going down ticker after even a ticker like XRP hasn't made a new high. You know what I'm saying? So what the hell is in Total 3? And XRP is a good ticker that is holding it up. I think it's fake. It's my what I'm trying to get at. Like, I can't even trust it. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of used it as a barometer before to say what the crypto market is doing besides Bitcoin and Ethereum, but I don't think it's real. If someone knows the answer to that, tell me in the chat. Show me the equation. Show me whoever runs this ticker, however trading you did the math on that ticker. I want to see it because we have not exaggerating, about 1 million tickers in crypto now. And I don't know how they're able to calculate all of that because every single one of them damn near has been a rug pull. So if they all went to zero, how the hell is Total 3 even anywhere near this high? If you're not counting Bitcoin and Ethereum, which has by far the most, liquidity. So anyways, I'm just saying, in crypto, you just can only trust but so much, That's all I'm saying. Can only trust but so much. All right, Kalichi, you want me to short ENA? I guess I'll have to do that in Femex. Let me pull up ENA. ENA was really bullish, and it was bearish, and it was bullish again. Let me see where I have it. I know I have it on the list here, because I definitely was giga shorting it. I think I'm giga shorting in my other account. I got a lot of accounts. Let me do it, and this is the trading one. Oh, I gotta find it. ENA, where you at? I was gonna do something in Breakout prop, but we'll see here. Where the hell's ENA at? My list is long, and I do go down these almost every day. Not the whole list, but I'm looking at them. And even I don't catch them all. That's why we got the profit circle. Everybody can contribute. Where the fuck is ENA? All right, what I'll do is I'll just I got about 200 tickers on this list. I'll just type it in. FMX. So make sure you're on the right exchange you're going to be trading it on. OKX is the one you use for breakout prop. That's why I was on OKX. But we're going to put it on not that one. We're going to put it on FMX. All right, like I said, I know it's here, but all I got to do is go like this. Now I'll be at the bottom of the list. So now I know where it's at. It's right here. Okay. So let me move it up. This is my little system. Whatever ticker I'm going to move it up to my list right where Bitcoin is. I got the stronger tickers on top. The tickers I'm shorting right next to it. FMX I do red. Breakout prop I do blue. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. Okay, so you say shorted, huh? You got me a super chat there, man? Supposed to be doing this for super chats. All right, yeah, we got a 1 hour red dot. 2 hour not a red dot. ENA has been strong. Look at these are 2 hour candles. It's been real strong. I would love to see this roll over first before we short it. Let me just take a quicker look here. The 10-minute, what's going on here? It's going sideways. So here's what I'll do. All right. So here's the way. So Kalichi, the way that the strategy works is, and we can do this one, but I just want to wait until I get a 10-minute red dot. Is really what I want to wait for. On the next 10-minute red dot. Oh, sorry, I'm pulling it up on. Right here. What I really want to wait for is a 10-minute red dot. Hopefully, it doesn't matter. 10x doesn't matter. I don't know. It might be rolling over now. This is the 1 minute. So I like to have whatever I'm trading on. I like to have it on the 1 minute chart. All right. Now let's see. This is a tall ass wick. It might roll over. Let me see what the 5 minute is looking like. This might actually roll over. You want to short it? We could do a little gamble here. I could short this here. All right, I didn't do a lot of money, you know what I'm saying, $100. We put it in here. Okay, so now I'm a big proponent of setting. You want to set your stop loss, though, immediately. You know, it's pretty easy. I'm going to put it right above the swing look high here. You know, right above the recent high here. So then I would go over here and I'd put it on the chart here. So I would say, for me, I don't even use this tool. This tool is cool. I do like this tool. It takes me too long to try to get it precise. So I just go like this. I'm going to change. My entry is the orange. I'm going to my exact coordinates. I'm going to look at it here. My exact coordinates are 4995. Oops. Double click on this. Oh, I got it actually. All right. I have my liquidation amount at 5052. This gives me a little bit of room. And by the way, so all this can be adjusted too. I'm just putting it on here real quick. I definitely want to put in a stop loss in case there's some weird scam wick or some weird the internet goes out type of shit. You got to put in something, right? I don't even need to name this. All right, cool. So I put the dark red here is where I'm going to do. So 5052 is what we're looking at. Now, what I'm going to look at here is I want to know how much money that is. That was $1.01, $1.14. Not very much. But that still could be a top though. $1.14. What percentage is that though? So if I go edit, I can see that the percentage would be 11.41%. That's pretty tight actually if it stopped. If we caught a top, we're doing good. We actually may have caught a top, right? We might have caught an entry. So then let's just say, okay, you know what? We'll put on the little thing here. You know, what do we want for our stop? So let's say, so you could double click this and then we'll say our stop level was 5052, right? Our entry was 4995. Okay, so these are in line. So now, where do we want to take profit? So they got a risk to reward is 1.16. If we wanted if we just want to get back to the weekend, it'd be a 2.7. You know, let's just say that. That's not inconceivable, right? Let me just lock this real quick. And I'll take another look after that. That's not, you know, this was bearish most of the weekend. It broke up when everything else broke to the upside. So this might be a good short, actually, Cleachy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, listen, in general, right now, I'm looking to short all this stuff, right? But I'm looking back here. Last weekend, it had a Sunday pump and came back down. What day did it take? It took till Monday at 8 o'clock to finally hit. This shit might hit. You know what I'm saying? And that was to come all the way back down to here. This one started lower. So that'd be like the equivalent of coming back down to, like, I don't know, here. That hit, shit, Sunday. So we might hit this one today, Kalishi. That's not inconceivable at all. So, and remember, this was a 2.7 to 1 risk to reward. Risk to reward. I know they did 2.7. I guess it's reward to risk. I don't know. But whatever. 2.7 risk to reward. Not bad. I would take that trade, you know. In fact, this could probably go lower. Let's see on a little on larger time frame. So on the 1 hour, okay, it came up here. It bounced right off support and resistance right here, right? Let me put this on the bigger one. We already got our trade in. We already got our stop loss in. So I feel safe. All right, I feel safe about it in Fimix. So now I can get off that screen. So you see it hit. This was that epic pump. It hit right here. This for sure could be the top. And it could probably go lower. This is the 1 hour chart. So we got our 1 hour red dot. I'll feel a lot more comfortable when we get to 2 hour. But by then, you know, the price would be lower probably, unless it chops sideways. So what that means, you know, it's kind of good to sometimes you're going to take the risk. We're doing it on the 1 hour. And basically now I'm looking at the 10 minute. And I'm hoping, this is why I said about being early. See, this is exactly why, too. I'm not really that tripping off this trade that much, but, like, this is why I don't bet against a 10-minute green dot. The best way is to wait for the 10-minute to start. Either it's about to roll over, really about to roll over, or not. We're still on a 5. We never even really got a red dot on the 5 minute. But the point is, I don't want to fight that because now I'm underwater. Now, I'm not underwater a lot of money or anything like that. But, you know, we want to win. So, right now, I'm down 3.17%. Not that bad. But I would have got a better entry if I had waited for the actual dot in my favor. Right now, it's going against me. And, you know, I got head faked a little bit. I thought that one candle, maybe that was the beginning. But, you know, one candle, it had that one little move. That's usually not enough to be like a, you know, unless you really think something's about to waterfall. That was like the standard size candle here on the 5 minute chart. So I probably shouldn't have not got spooked. I probably should have waited and wait for this at least a 5 minutes rollover, and then I'll know a 10 minute is coming. You feel me? But that's okay. It's still got to break above its high here. And, you know, it would have to basically fight against this 1 hour red dot to do so. But it would have been nice to enter right here instead of where we entered, and then we would have either a little more wiggle room or it'd be less money if we got stopped out. But that's okay. What I'm really hoping / waiting for is for this red dot here in the 10 minute to feel a little more comfortable. Not being said, that didn't really mean shit when all these were going. However, that's because we didn't have a 1 hour red dot. Not until 10 a.m. Let's see what time that was. 10 a.m. What was 10 a.m.? 10 a.m. was here. So it's got its red dot here. It did okay. It did give us a couple Christmas tree lights here. Matt calls them the Christmas tree lights when you see them all like this on Market Cypher B. And the Christmas tree lights usually means a continuation of the trend. Just in this case, the continuation is kind of actually sideways, not necessarily up. It was up here. And this is one of those ones why, okay, this is why you got to zoom out and you got to look at the 1 hour. You know what I'm saying? This was clearly going up on the 1 hour. Obviously, it wasn't the 2 hour, 3 hour, let's see, 4 hour. And this is what I do. I go through all the time frames. Going through them like this. And Alan, we will get to SWE next, too. Let's do it. But I'm looking at this. See, the problem is this. Everything is on the 1 hour. The 1 day green dot. Everything is technically bullish until it ain't no more. However, if you're playing the support and resistance, or if you want to call it a liquidity grab, or the buy demand zone, sell demand zone, or whatever, support and resistance is what it really is. Maybe this is the top right here. It's kind of what we're betting on. All right, spoiler trades. What indicator is that? Oh, that's Market Cypher B. So Market Cypher, that's Crypto Face's indicator. And I have a link for it in the description of this video, actually. You can say, I think you save a little money if you use there's a link, but really got to make sure the referral code is input when you purchase it. But basically, there's Market Cypher A and B, and you get both of them when you purchase it. A is all this stuff up here with these lines, and on the 1 hour, you're going to see more action. These little diamonds and shit like that. You see this triangle, and then you get a blood diamond, means it's like this. Usually a big move is about to happen. It didn't appear at the very top of this, but it probably appeared here, and then it continued. There's no way of knowing for sure without going back. But that's Market Cypher A, and the Market Cypher B is this whole oscillator down here. Now, for me, spoiler trade, to me, this is the most important thing. 100%. I keep saying it, and it keeps me proven right, and I can actually show you because that dump on October 10th kind of proved it as well. But basically, to me, this is 80% of the cake, and up here is just the frosting. And you're going to see all the TA guys talk about up here. They draw a million lines, and you could draw lines like this. You could say there's a trend line here and a trend line there. And, that shit is endless, bro. You draw enough lines, something going to hit. Something going to hit. Down here's the momentum waves. So they don't tell you price, but they tell you direction. And as a trader, I need to know direction more than price. I'm the type of trader that I'll take what the market gives me. So I'm actually not really going by price. I didn't say it's 0%. I just said it's 20%. So yeah, I'm looking at this support and resistance line that this ran straight to for ENA. But that don't really mean shit to me if this momentum was still going up. We didn't have a red dot right here and it was still going up. I'd be like, it's probably going to break through that support and resistance. Because think about it. Every single support and resistance line ever created has always been broken at some point. It always gets broken, right? Unless it's the very bottom of the all-time low or the all-time high. You know what I'm saying? It always gets broken. So, support and resistance works until it doesn't. That shit works sometimes. And I don't like being in the sometimes business when I got money on the line. This shit work all the time. Meaning, it's not pretending that it's giving you price. It's just telling you what the momentum is. And this is also very important, this is not subjective. I don't draw these lines. This is what the indicator does based upon its own algorithm every single time. So it's not me being subjective on support and resistance or trend line. Anything I can draw is my opinion. None of this is my opinion. This is the same math as it was last week, as it was last year. So to me, that is a more consistent, whether or not you believe in it or agree with it, it's consistent. It's not inconsistent. Whereas me drawing my lines, I have plenty of opportunity for human error. So this red dot means on the 1 hour time frame, that momentum has slowed down to the upside and now it's bearish. Does that mean price will go straight down from here? No, it does not mean that. But it does mean that momentum at some point had stopped going up to the upside on the 1 hour time frame. If we were betting on a short, which we are, it would be more favorable to see some of the higher time frames already rolled over. Now, just from my experience of using Market Cypher B 16 hours a day for months and years, not years. I've been using it for over a year now. Well over a year, almost 2 years now. But basically, when I first started this is before I was live streaming and shit. I wasn't doing shit else except sitting here staring at the charts because I wanted to see every single time frame, when exactly is this going to pop up, based upon what, when, how, all that stuff, And I got to tell you, Kalichi, too, that ENA is looking like a bullish ticker, to be honest with you. Probably not the best one to short. It was not on my short list. The ones on my short list were all these ones in blue over here. But you know what? If the overall market dumps, it will dump. I don't think this one's going to be special and break out or do anything crazy like that. For good measure, it would be nice, though. Can you guys see this, right? This wick this high wick here over here on October 19th, my stop loss is below it. It would be nice if my stop loss was actually a little bit above it. That would be nice. Make me feel a little bit better right now. Let's see. And I probably will do that here because I'm only doing minus 11% anyway. So let's see. 5064. So let me go back. Let me show you this. So let me go back to FIMEX. 5064. Remember, I didn't get my favorite entry here. I got a little bit. I didn't go in perfectly. Let's say, so we're going to click this. We're going to make it 5014. What was it? 5068. So 5068. I'm going to change it to 5068 and let's see what it says the percentage is. 14%. That's not crazy. I'll take it. 14.61%. So my stop loss, I adjusted up a little bit because now what it does is it gets me above the last swing wick high of the last crazy pump up here. Give me a little bit of headroom here for it to go against me if it wants to really touch the support and resistance, this demand zone or whatever you want to call it, liquidity zone. So now I'll move that up to 5068. You double click on it. Let's see, stop loss 5068. Boom. There you go. And that's that. Remember, it's only minus 14%. So now, what's the risk? So now it's a 2.11 risk to reward. If I wanted to give myself a bigger one, I haven't actually put in my stop loss. I was just kind of getting a feel for it. That's why I do like this widget. I just don't like putting it on because it takes too much time. But you could say, okay, I still kind of like this level of support and resistance, though, the weekend, the CME line. Look, it shows me. Look, let me show you guys. I usually draw a white line for support and resistance. I don't even need to draw lines anymore. I can see them. It's like pretty clear. But, clearly like this wick bounced off of here. You can even see a little wick right here. This is on the 1 hour. Bounced off of it. Here, this candle, this one here. A lot of stuff has been going on this white line. Let's see if we go to the left. We see anything else. No, we don't see anything else on the 1 hour to the left because it ain't been down here. But it's been kind of – so here's another way of telling if something's relatively bullish or bearish. Pick like a moment where everything did the same thing. So we know this is the October 10th waterfall, right? It's been actually trending kind of up. This is a bullish ticker since here. That's not true for everybody. This is AVAX. AVAX went down. See, all these are more bearish since that waterfall. And you can see when you look at the CME gap, right? We had that Friday crash, and here's the CME gap, and everything's been down. So you can see that ENA is not the best ticker to short. Pick one of these shittier coins to short. These ones have been showing you weakness, and then you just do it on one of these fake pumps. That's what I'm in right now in Breakout Prop and all my shorts. But that's okay. I said I'd let you guys pick the ticker, so we're gonna let you pick it. But that's also why I'm going to try to take profit a little bit quicker. We're going to leave it right here. We're betting against the larger trend, and it's a stronger ticker, so we're not going to – if price gets back down here, I'll take the W. You know what I mean? That's that one. All right, sweet. I don't want to do sweet. All right, another bullish ticker. Let's take a look. Alan, did you want to go long or short sweet? That's the question. Do you want to go long or short? I mean, I'm in such a – I feel like this pump is fake, but, everything kind of ran back to this range here. Like, when you look at stuff like this is what I'm looking at. It's crazy because I see it without even really thinking. You see like this right here. People call it demand zones or liquidity grabs or whatever, but, like, it's basically support and resistance type of area. It ran right back up to here. If we want to make it a little bit higher, we could. It ran right back to here and stopped. That tells me that's the level that money likes to change hands. You know what I mean? People look at volume profiles and all that kind of stuff too. But like if I put on a volume profile, I can guarantee you that you're gonna see. I already know by looking at it where you're gonna see. So let me show you this real quick. I don't even really be doing that shit, but I can show you. Is it this one? No. Oh yeah, this one here. So you can see it's gonna it'll move a little bit depending on if you what time frame you're on, whatever. But clearly, it's showing like this is where there was the most volume. There's one on the other side too. Hold on. Let's see. Not that one. Oh, here. This one will kind of show you. I mean, you can kind of tell there's just the most action right here. That's what they're saying. This is the highest volume. It went down a little bit. It came back up. It broke through that. Here's this little volume right here. You can adjust these things too to kind of get more specific. You can have like smaller bars. I don't really use it, to be honest with you. I can pretty much tell just by looking at it. But people do use it, and it's whatever helps you out. I just don't like my screen being hella cluttered with too many lines. So I got market cipher A and the CME, and that's about it. So anyway, sweet. So, Alan, do you want me to go long or short SWE? I mean, I would short it except for the fact that it's a strong ticker. Kind of strong. It isn't as strong. ENA has been stronger, actually, since this crash, right? This is just kind of sideways. You know what I'm saying? Cuvée on Spotify. That's right. You know I'm on Spotify, man. Save me on Spotify, Apple Music, and also YouTube Music. And you can utilize my songs in the background of your Instagram posts and stuff like that, too. It's in all the databases for the social media. All right, short was what I was looking at, but I've been off the game lately. I feel you. Well, let me ask you a question. Why SWE, I guess? The only reason I say that is because SWE's been, this run been a relatively strong ticker. You can see it's more bearish than ENA. Let me move it next to ENA so we can just look at them together real quick. Right, and this time from the 1 hour, like clearly we had that waterfall here, and ENA's moving up. But SWE's been moving sideways to down, right? Had this initial, bear bounce, dead cat bounce, and then came down. So, it's kind of found a bottom here, but a lot of tickers look like this. It's kind of par for the course, I guess. I guess it's par for the course. So it's okay to short, right? We see this going up. This momentum is also going up here in the 1 hour, but it's kind of hard to tell on the 1 hour. We're going to look at like the 4 hour, right? So, the 4 hour is getting kind of high, though. Getting kind of high. 4 hours or lower. Maybe this is a good short. You want me to short it? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. SWE. Quick talking and hurry up and get in there before it starts dumping on us. How much do you want me to do? 13,000? You want me to do 13,000? Come on, 13,000. This is what I hate about the stupid ass lots on here. That's the one thing that sucks. Send it. All right, so we got some pretty decent sized positions. I'm using $57,000 of my $100,000 on here. Don't get me wrecked, guys. No, I won't get wrecked. We're going to put in a stop loss. All right, we are going to put in a stop loss. I'm up $448 on my ETH short, so hey. We'll put in a stop loss. Above, same deal. I'm going to put it above the swing wick high. Right here. 2.6586. Let's just see what that would be exactly. 2.6586. It would make me minus $300 and something dollars. It was minus $343, $345, we call it. So 2-to-1 ratio, if that was 345 times 2. What is that? Let's see here. Let me get my calculator. Let's see if we want to do point what. So I'm pulling my calculator. 345. If we want to do a 2-to-1 ratio, that'd be $690 we'd make. Let's just see what happens real quick. So if I go to take profit, oh, you can't see this, my bad. If we go to right here, I entered a position that was worth right here, $13,100. See, that's what happens. You move fast. It's hard to show everything. So then you double click on it here. We pull it up. I got my stop loss here. It's minus, if it gets hit, it's minus $343. I put it right at this high wick right here, this last high right here. Like if this was the top, our thesis is this was the top, and it got to prove me wrong and break through it. And I'm willing to risk $345 for that to happen. I'm paying to see it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you said we're high. Some people might go a little bit higher. We'll call it $375. I'm not even going to do that. We're going to do it right at the top. You got to prove to me that this wasn't the top, basically, right? That this trend is starting to reverse. I'm looking at the 4 hour about to roll up. This is what I was looking at originally. Come on, TradingView. I was looking at the 4 hour, wanting to roll over, but if I scroll down to the 3 hour, still wanting to roll over, not quite 2 hour. Got a red dot on the 2 hours, a good look. 1 hour. The thing that's weird is still the weekend. So anything can happen, right? You get a scam wick up on as soon as the market's. We could definitely get scam wicked out of this, and then everything tanks, and I'd be mad, right? But that's okay. It happens, right? So we're in breakout prop, right? We're using $57,000 right now. Total $57,000. The ETH one is cool. I'm up $400, $419. SWE, I'm up $15. Okay, so here we zoom in. This is the 1 minute, right? So I always keep it on the 1 minute on either FMX or breakout prop, and then I'm on like the 10 minute and 1 hour on here. So let's just see real quick the 10 minute. Sorry, I better just put it like this so you guys see both. So I'm over here on TradingView right now. So we're looking at, yeah, I mean, it wants to look. I just caught a wick. I just caught a candle dip right here. So it looks like that might be a good time. So this 10 minute red dot here, probably turns green. Will it go sideways again? I don't know, right? I don't know, but right now it's going in my favor. We'll take it, right? So 690. So we were saying that if it was a 2-to-1 ratio, that'd be $690 is where I'd set my take profit, right? So let me go here. This is cool about breakout price. Pretty easy to do this. Price is where it is, but I don't, off the top of my brain, I don't know where the price is for me to make $690. So all I got to do is go projected profit and then type in 690. And then that price it shows me right here. $2 and 2.5552. So I'll just hit modify. It's there. I can zoom down. We see it's here, 2.5552. I'm only on the 1 minute, kind of hard for me to see, but it just happens to look like it is kind of right out of support and resistance level. Maybe we'll take it. Let me come back to trading view. That was 2.5552, 552. So trading view, to make it bigger. I'm gonna tell myself, not white. I gotta draw all the other lines too, which is why I'll be doing this quick. I always make teal for that. 2.5552. Let's just take a look real quick. That's not bad. That looks good, actually. That looks real good. It's coming right down to this support and resistance area. This little support and resistance on the 1 hour. Right at the top of here, right at the bottom here. We could hit that. That looks cool. So, then if we wanted to put this on it, we'd be like this. We would just double click it, right? And then we'll just say our entry was what? I got to go back and look at Breakout prop real quick. Our entry was 2.6242. 2.6242. My profit was... It was 552. Oh, not ticks. I never used to. 52, and my stop level was 2.6586. And let me tell you something: the people who only trade one ticker, they're saving themselves a lot of time. I got to go through and do this on all the tickers. I'm in fucking 10 tickers right now. You know what I mean? It gets annoying. It does. Maybe I should do 10 times as much money, but on one ticker, right? The problems with these shit coins, you never know who's going to get short squeezed. And, diversification is annoying, but at the same time, I'd rather get stopped out on 3 of them and the other 7 win and make back all my money. I'm just too unlucky. I'll pick the wrong ticker and fuck around and lose the whole shebang on one ticker. You know what I'm saying? So I like to diversify, me personally. So right now, okay, that's cool. We're in SWE here in Breakout prop. This is the setup. Let me lock it. This is the setup. Lock it. So now when I grab the screen, I won't accidentally move it. So that's here. Listen, this is as good as a trade as any. You know what I mean? 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. I'll take it. It could definitely do one of these. I might get scam wicked out here, which would suck. But if you're an active trader like me, you'd be watching it and you'd be making that call that says, okay, because that could still happen. Let me show you what might happen. Just my experience looking at market cipher B, this is what might happen. It sucks when it happens, but it might happen. We might get this to happen. I'm going to show you if I can get my drawing tool. So this right here, this is what I'm looking at, market cipher B, okay? I'm wanting, this is actually cooperating. This is not, if this was a flatter wave, I'd be a little more nervous, but it's actually doing what it's supposed to do. It's just the 1 hour. But sometimes it'll do one of these, and then when it comes back, this will shoot up and price will shoot up like this. Sometimes that happens, okay? And, it is what it is, which is why I developed my strategy of the 10-minute way where I would zoom in, and if this dot turned green right here, I would just take my profit and get out. If I was scalping, that's what I would do. I would take my profit and get out. I don't even like setting price targets. Like, you guys will hardly ever hear me give price predictions. What's going on? All set in the house here. I wouldn't normally even do. I don't even like. I mean, I might set this, but if I'm an active trader, I'm still sitting here watching it. I'm doing push-ups. I'm eating popcorn. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm watching it. And you can set an alert. That's the other thing. So you can right-click on this. Or you actually just click on it once. Excuse me. Click on it once? No, right-click on it. Right-click on it. And you can set an alert on Market Cipher B to say, give me an alert this small, in this case, it would be the small green dot. Tell me when a 10-minute dot comes. And I can get that alert on my phone. So if I'm in the kitchen, in a bathroom, or whatever, I'll know, I better go ahead and do it. If I can do Fimex on my phone. I don't trade Breakout prop on the phone. In the group, too, someone was asking about the Breakout prop mobile app. If anybody in the chat has experience with the mobile app, let me know how it's been working for you. I've never tried it. A year ago, I tried it, and it wasn't really set up. But I know they've made improvements on it. So let me know if you've ever used the mobile app for Breakout prop and how that's working for you recently. But anyways, you can get the notification on Market Cipher B, or maybe you see I cheated. I got a little 9-minute chart right here, a 5-minute chart. Maybe tell me if we get the green dot on the 5-minute chart, and then I'll come back to my computer and watch it in real time. And then if I was scalping, I would get out. In this case, we're not doing a scalping strategy though. In this case, we know have your strategy before you go into the trade. In this case, we did our TA to tell us that we're betting that this was the top. If we're wrong, we're wrong. If we're right, we're right. And that we'll survive a little 5 or 10 minute dot. Again, I don't like doing that, but we'll survive it. Hope we don't get scam wicked right at the 5 p.m., right at the daily open and the weekly open. And just go, Because, man, I'm telling you, man, this whole week I've been talking about private. All we see is this. Scam wicks. We've been seeing them all over the place. Like, I don't even want to enter unless it's on a scam wick. Like, I want to see this go up and then go and enter. Like it'd be nice if it was up. This is 7 in the morning. It'd be nice if I entered right here, right? But I'm just saying, for this case, because I keep my promises to my people in the chat here, we're going to do the trade. So, we got significant money on it, to be honest with you. This is a bigger amount of money than I would normally do. But, hey, let's make it count, right? So, I'm only down $12. So, again, what do I lose? If I lose, I lose $343. If I win $689. All right, so roughly 2 to 1. We'll take it. Now, back to our ETH trade. ETH trade is kind of hidden. Now, I put a lot more money on ETH. Kind of on the whim of it because ETH has been bearish, y'all. ETH has been real bearish. So I'm like, okay, we're going to short something. Short the one that the market hates right now. And there's other ones the market hates, but ETH is one that is like, I don't want to say it has less chance of a scam wick, but usually when you have a ticker with more liquidity, you're not going to get scam wicked as bad as one of these little shit coins. So ETH is safer. Like, I respect the people who only trade Bitcoin and Ethereum. You know, they probably win a lot more. They don't get scam wicked. They don't get messed up. I'm a shitcoin king. I'm always trying some new coin here and there's a smaller amount of money though, but like you get these big wins. But you know what? For people who only trade Bitcoin, only trade Ethereum, they don't get the unlucky shit happening to them as often. And maybe that's better for you. You know, do the trading system that works for you. That's really what I'm trying to get at. Do the trading system that works for you. Me, I experiment a lot. That's how I learn. I get 1,000,000 reps. I get a lot of reps. And I do want to say that, by the way. If you're a day trader, you're going to learn faster than if you're someone who swing trades. I got to wait 3 weeks to find out if I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? And every day I go on Twitter and you know, give a rocket emoji to my favorite KOL, and he turns out to be wrong. It takes a month to find out that he's been wasting my time. I don't like that. I like to trade short term. Give me a lot of reps, and then you start learning that those same principles can apply to longer term trades, but they also will work on a short term. And you start noticing shit that it's like, oh, okay, because I failed 100 times. So now, you know, on the 101st time, you know, and they're smaller trades, but then you start realizing, okay, I see how this works, you know. So that's that. But Ethereum, this Ethereum one is the big one. I got $40,000 on $42,000 on it right here, margin used, $42,000 on it. We hope this one goes, y'all. And I'm not gonna stand here and watch it. This is the one we're gonna just cross our fingers, keep tight butt cheeks, and hope that the the take profit hits and the stop loss don't hit. Okay, this is the Ethereum trade. Again, it's almost the same trade as the SWE trade, right? Same support and resistance type of deal. Looks like I actually did have a worse scam wick than SWE. Actually, made me eat my words earlier about it. But you know, Ethereum's basically turned into a shitcoin, guys. I hate to break it to you, but all anyone could do is play the hand that they dealt you. You don't want to hear the truth? Well, man, I can't help you. You know what I'm saying? Just like I say in the song. I'm telling you the truth. That's my style. So that's where we are here. You know, again, I want to do the same thing on this, except it's too much money. What if it would be nice if I could get my stop loss above this wick? That'd be a lot more money. This is a pretty big trade. I'm already going to lose $1,100. What am I going to lose on this again? I'm already going to lose $1,550. I don't really want to do that. So this is what it is. Right here. It'd be nice to win $34.50. We're gonna let it ride, y'all. So check in with the profit circle and we'll come back and I'll tell you guys what happened in this trade. I'm not gonna touch it. I'm just gonna let it ride. Tell you what happens in this trade. I don't think it's a bad trade. I prefer being an active trader, meaning I trade the momentum waves, I scalp. But this one, this is okay. You know, I'm willing to let this one ride. We're green. We're green on it. We're up $230. We were up $400 and something at one point. So, so far so good. We'll take the green right now. That's pretty much it I have for today. I mean, listen, I could get off on long tangents pretty easily about how I feel about crypto and the markets. But you know what I'd rather do? Is just play a music video that's going to explain everything to you. You know, I'm going to play you my Crashing Waves music video, and it's going to break everything down to how I really feel about these markets. Check out the lyrics. Everything I say is real. This is the realest crypto song that has ever been made. Right here.
I've been riding my own way.
And please go like it and share it on the YouTube channel itself. Appreciate that.
Just sitting here looking at wave makers. Cassius Cuvée.
It's the come up, but not a typical Sunday. The dream feel real when the wheels hit the runway. I'm way too chill, high conviction, I don't blink. I told you I would have a beach chair and a cold drink, but don't think knowing the future is wishing for it. I got a position for it, damn right I'm a giga shorted. All anyone can do is play the hand that they dealt you. You don't wanna hear the truth? Well man, I can't help you. First we chased hot themes, all season we got dreams, but you scrutinize legitimate projects and bought memes. Okay, after pumping the price of a top scheme, it melted like ice cream. Now I shorten my live stream. I never did believe him, guess you could call me a heathen. The reason I'm spitting salt is cause they choked out alt season. So fuck your favorite meme, three-fisted. I'm a short, dead, stupid piece of shit until it's delisted. I told the profit circle, I'ma get my friends paid since memes killed everything. This is a revenge trade. Ain't nobody innocent. Finish it, I'm winning it. I'm talking about gains of over 5,000% and shit. These can ease the cope when I'm floating in the ocean soaking. Lost all hope and I'm shorting my favorite token. It may drown, I chose to get paid on the way down. I ain't playing around, I'm rolling and crash like the wave sound. Now I'm chilling on a nude beach, sipping something too sweet. Looking for a hottie, nice body and some cute feet. Instead of being on Twitter criticizing leaders, I'd rather be on an island digmatizing divas. Man, I'm gone.
This song
This is for you, KDA.
is a mirrored bookend on the other side of imaginary traits.
And that's the come up with your boy Cassius Cuvée. I'll see y'all next Sunday. Tap into the Profit Circle. We in there 7 days a week, and I'm always gonna give it the real. Man, we doing big things. A lot of winning going on in the Profit Circle. So see.